At 10,000 meters, ethereal lines appear while the cockpit is empty and devoid of presence. All passengers on board have unexpectedly collapsed and lost consciousness. What could have possibly happened to this plane? On August 14, 2005, at 9:07 a.m., a Helios Airways Boeing 737 took off with 115 passengers and 6 crew members. Departing from Larnaca International Airport, the destination was Prague, Czech Republic. Captain Hans is a seasoned pilot with 19,000 hours of flying experience. However, only about 8 minutes after takeoff, the plane emitted warnings for takeoff configuration and air conditioning cooling system alarms in succession. Leveraging his experience, Hans instinctively attributed the malfunction to the air conditioning system and instructed First Officer Pampas to restart it. After multiple attempts, the alarms could not be cleared. At this point, ground engineers suddenly realized there was a serious problem and immediately inquired via radio. Flight 522, please confirm whether the pressurization system is set to automatic mode. Captain Hans not only did not respond, but also eagerly asked for the cooler's location. Over there. A few moments later, the radio signal suddenly ceased, while the aircraft maintained its climb to an altitude of 10,000 meters. Automatically entering cruise mode, Cyprus Air Traffic Control quickly transferred the anomaly to air traffic control in Athens, Greece. The radar showed that although the plane had not deviated from its flight path, it began to circle repeatedly over Athens. There was also no contact with the Athens control area during a sensitive period right after the 9/11 incident. The Greek government urgently scrambled 2 F-16 fighter jets, and the reconnaissance pilots witnessed something chilling through their cockpit windows. In the cabin, more than 100 passengers were found wearing oxygen masks, slumped over in a deep and peaceful sleep. There was no reaction. In the cockpit, the first officer lay slumped over a control panel, while the captain was nowhere to be seen. Strange. After just a few moments passed, a man who was dressed in a uniform and was holding a portable oxygen tank stumbled into the cockpit area, where he took a seat in the pilot's chair. However, the actions that he takes, despite efforts, plane couldn't be saved. The right engine shut down unexpectedly, and the powerless aircraft descended uncontrollably. Although the man desperately pulled the levers trying to save it, the plane crashed at high speed into a hillside northeast of Athens, its fuselage completely disintegrating. The follow-up investigation that was conducted in detail with regards to the accident has uncovered several unknown truths that were previously not understood. Before takeoff, engineers had tested the de-icing issue in the engine room and followed protocols to set the pressurization system to manual mode for testing. However, after they were done with their task, they completely forgot to switch it back to automatic mode, while Captain Hans assumed without questioning that it was merely an air conditioning failure that required further checking. Did they buy a hidden danger? After takeoff, the pressurization system remained in manual mode, and the cabin could not automatically pressurize. As altitude increased, the oxygen levels plummeted, causing the passengers' oxygen masks to drop automatically, but they could only supply oxygen for 12 minutes. The captain and first officer, due to the automatic supply system running out of oxygen while they were investigating a malfunction, and he slowly lost consciousness over time. The person in blue was the flight's safety officer, Andrei Yas, known for his passion for exciting diving adventures. With improved endurance to oxygen deprivation, he found the backup tanks on board after everyone lost consciousness, and he used the crew's password. He swiftly made his way into the cockpit. Despite his prompt actions in activating the emergency power system in a bid to regain control of the aircraft, it was too late. Fuel had completely run out, and tragically, both of the engines had shut down entirely and ceased all operations. It was deadlier that he hadn't changed the radio frequency before passing out. The plane was descending and crashed on the ground. For more interesting videos, please subscribe Factopia.